This is Harry G, linking you to success. It is hard to start. It's very hard to start. You don't know how hard it is to start. Where do I start? I don't even know where to start. Don't have nowhere to start. What a story. What a phrase. What a cliche. I've heard it so many times. You don't know how many times as a speaker I have heard this statement. Because people keep on coming on to me and telling me, yes, you are a motivational speaker. You keep on telling us, go out there, try, be motivated, have passion, enthusiasm, be rambunctious, be a flourishing individual with a lot of robust and power and focus and tenacity. You keep on using these good words, but it's hard for me to start. Then I asked somebody, are you God? They say, no, I'm not God. I said, do you know the story of God? He said, yes, it's in the Bible. No, I'm saying before the beginning. Say, I don't know. I asked him, where did he come from? Heaven. No, I said, no, he made heaven. So before heaven, where was he? The guy don't know. I said, see, for that guy, for God, it was hard for God. Not for you, it's easy for you. It was hard for God. He asked, why was it hard for God? And I said, you see, it was hard for God because he had nowhere to come from. So he came from nowhere. He had nowhere to start. So why? Because there was no start. He had nowhere to begin. Why? Because there was no beginning. So where he came from, he lived in himself. Because he had nowhere to live in. So he lived in himself. He had nowhere to start because the start had not been started. He had nowhere to begin because the beginning had not been begun. So the first thing he had to do was to start the start. After starting the start, then he started his things from the start that he started. So he had first to start the start. Then after starting the start, then he started his start from the start that he started. It was hard for him. He had to begin the beginning. After having begun the beginning, then he began from the beginning that he began. So his beginning had to be begun first. But for you, it's not like that. I asked the guy, where do you come from? He said, I come from the village. So where do you live? In the village. So you have the village. Start from the village. I tell the guy, that's it. You are either lazy or stupid. No, he say, I'm not lazy, I'm not stupid. Then I tell him, if you ain't lazy, you ain't stupid, you have a start. Where? The village. Start from the village. Come into town. But I want to start from the city. You cannot start from the city. Why? Because you're not in the city and you have no place to start in the city, but you have the village to start from. Another person says, you don't know, I'm in the ghetto. Yes, start from the ghetto. Another person says, I'm in the kitchen. I say, start from the kitchen. This may seem very hard and very vulgar for me to say, but somebody says, because I meet all kinds of people, somebody says I'm in deep shit. That seems harsh. That seems, but, and I say, you where? He says in deep shit. And I say, okay. So, the first thing you gotta do is, I know you gotta start from there, from the deep shit, start from there, but you gotta have to first do this, because you can't come to people like that, wash yourself of the shit. Once you do that, clean yourself up, and then you have the beginning. Why? You're not clean. You're no longer in the shit. Now, once you are clean, then you can start from there. Now, you can be a normal human being and start. Begin from wherever. That is the solution. Because people have better stories. I mean, in time of wars, people have worse stories than you. They began from far. Some had no parents. Some had no limbs, no arms, no parts of the body. Some are blind. They have a worse scenario than you. Use their stories. And once you use their stories, you can motivate yourself by saying, it's worse for somebody else. Somebody else got it worse than me. Somebody else. And of course, I guarantee you, somebody else has it worse than you. All you got to do is start from there. Once you start from where you are, it's easy to start. But once you start, don't stay at the start. It's very bad to stay at the start. But that's a story for another day. Start. You start. If you don't have a start. But mostly everybody got a start. So you're not like God who has to start a start. you have already started. Somewhere to start, you have a platform. This is Harry G, linking you to success.